Welcome to the Ferno training video on the iNX Integrated Patient Transport and Loading System. The iNX is designed to help reduce the risk of injury to medical service personnel by eliminating or minimizing the amount of lifting required during raising, lowering, or loading into or unloading from an ambulance. Before using the iNX, read and understand the user's manual. A minimum of 2 trained operators must work together and maintain control of the iNX at all times, communicate with each other, and use coordinated movements to operate the iNX. Only those trained on emergency medical service equipment, emergency patient handling procedures, and having the physical ability to assist a patient should use the iNX. It's also recommended to practice with the iNX before use with a patient. To check the charge of the iNX battery, power on the iNX and look at the charger status icon on the lower right corner of the display. The battery icon represents the charge remaining in the battery. A lightning bolt indicates charging is in progress. Green means the battery is fully charged. Yellow means a moderate charge remains. And red indicates a low charge. If the icon is flashing between an empty battery outline and a full red battery, the charge is depleted. Patient weight and temperature affect the amount of use available from each battery charge. The iNX battery ships with a 30% charge. It's a 36-volt DC lithium-ion battery. It does not hold a memory and should be charged immediately upon receipt until it has a full charge. To charge the battery, plug the supplied charger into a live outlet. Slide the battery connector into the battery port until the contacts are fully seated. While charging, a solid red light will appear. When the battery is fully charged, the light will turn green. The battery may also be charged using an in-vehicle integrated charging system, or ICS. When connected to the ICS, powered operation to the cot is disabled. If not on a shoreline, the vehicle ignition, inverter, or outlet switch may need to be turned on to supply electrical power to the ICS. See the ICS or Fastening System User's Manual for details. To attach the battery to the iNX, verify the power switch is in the off position. Raise the shock frame and remove the battery cover. Angle and slide the battery into the cradle, then press down to secure the battery in the cradle. Now, connect the battery cable plug to the battery port. Replace the battery cover and lower the shock frame. To remove the battery, lift the shock frame and remove the battery cover. Grasp the battery cable plug and disconnect the cable from the battery port by pulling on the connector. Use the battery carry handle to lift the battery up and away from the cradle and replace the battery cover. The power switch is located on the operator's right side of the display. Keep the switch in the on position for all iNX operations. After 10 minutes of non-use, the iNX will enter a sleep mode to conserve power. To awaken the iNX, simply press the battery icon on the display. If the iNX is secured in a fastening system with a powered ICS, the power can be left on. If the iNX will not be used for more than 30 minutes, turn the power switch off to conserve battery power. A set of control buttons is attached to both the telescoping handle and guide bar. Button function is identical for both. The plus button extends the legs. The minus button retracts the legs. In addition to stopping at the maximum and minimum heights, the iNX stops automatically when it reaches factory set maximum recommended transport height and the user set loading height. Refer to the user's manual for information on setting the load height. If the iNX is being supported by the ambulance floor, pressing the plus or minus button will extend or retract only one set of legs at a time. Controls for all electronic features on the iNX are found at the foot end. The display is on when the power switch is on, and is off when the power switch is off, or when the iNX enters the sleep mode. To activate the display, turn the power switch on if needed, or press the battery icon on the display to awaken the iNX from sleep mode. The display is divided into 4 zones. The iNX zone displays an image of the iNX with sections color-coded to indicate the current status of the system. Green means the legs may be extended or retracted. White indicates the legs will not extend or retract. And blue means the iNX is in a direct power mode. In the direct power mode, only the blue legs will move when the plus extend or minus retract button is pressed. The mode button provides access to direct power and allows the operator to independently control one or both sets of legs to raise, lower, or manipulate the cot's legs as needed. Use the mode button to select from 3 direct power modes. These are considered alternate modes and are not part of normal operation of the iNX. To activate direct power mode, push the black mode button located on the operator's left side. The timer zone illuminates when the iNX is in either direct power or chair mode. A countdown timer is visible in the lower left corner of the display, indicating the time remaining to initiate the action. If the countdown timer is allowed to expire, the iNX returns to its default operational mode and normal display returns. The status zone illuminates to provide status condition information and alerts the user to important or unsafe conditions or faults. Based on the condition, a warning triangle, other symbol, or alphanumeric codes may be displayed. The warning triangle is yellow for medium-level notices and red for high-priority notices. A complete glossary of symbols is provided in the user's manual. The iNX will sound a series of beeps when the status indicator is displayed. The number of beeps is dependent on the severity of the situation. Refer to the user's manual for more details. The iNX lighting system provides light to see the terrain around the iNX and increases operator and patient safety by increasing visibility of the iNX. The surround light bars are white and red lights that span the length of each side of the iNX to increase visibility. Drive lights are located on each actuator and illuminate the ground with steady white light. The iNX safety lighting system is controlled by 2 buttons. Push the first button to turn the scene lights on. This setting turns the drive lights and surround light bars on, which illuminate with steady white light. An LED in the upper corner of the button indicates that the lights are on. Press the first button again to turn the scene lights off. Press the second button to turn the emergency lights on. In emergency lights mode, the drive lights are on, and the surround light bars flash in a sequence of red, red, white. The emergency lights are especially useful in providing additional scene safety when you are deployed to a dark outdoor incident. Press the second button again to turn the emergency lights off. All lights turn off when the iNX enters sleep mode. The chair position allows a patient to be transferred to a seated position, supports COPD patients, and fits most dialysis scales. To place the iNX into chair position, roll the iNX towards the control end to position all 4 wheels in the same orientation. Unbuckle the leg restraints and make sure they will not interfere with the operation. Press the chair position button, which is the 3rd button on the display. A 15-second timer will begin. To cancel the chair position before the timer expires, simply press the chair position button again. To continue to the chair position, press and hold the green minus button before the timer expires. Maintain control, and the legs will adjust to place the iNX in the chair position. To check your battery level, just press the battery icon, which is the fourth button on the display. The telescoping handles are useful when rolling and maneuvering the iNX. The handles have two positions, fully retracted or fully extended. To change handle positions, press the red button on the end of the handle and push or pull the handle until it locks. Use the telescoping handles only when they are in the locked position. Be sure to retract the extending handles before closing the ambulance doors. To use the standard shock frame, work from the control end of the cot. Unfasten or loosen the leg restraint before changing positions if necessary. Using an underhand grip, lift the shock frame until it locks in the raised position. To lower, support the weight of the shock frame with both hands and lift slightly. Press the shock frame control levers to disengage the support bars and then lower the shock frame. Fasten and adjust the leg restraints as necessary. The mainframe of the iNX acts as an attachment point to secure a variety of accessories to the iNX. Accessories may be attached to either side of the iNX with few limitations. The three-stage IV pole is designed to carry IV bags and infusion pumps, and can be attached to either side of the accessory frame. The optional pack rack accessory mounts to the frame of the iNX and is designed to secure medical instruments. If your iNX is equipped with SX surface extenders, lift until it locks at the desired position. To lower, lift the SX slightly, squeeze the red release lever, and lower to the desired position. The mattress is attached to the patient frame by a series of hooks. To remove the mattress, simply pull up on the hooks. To attach the mattress, locate the hooks over the correct location in the patient frame. Then, push down on the hooks until they are seated in the frame. The sidearms provide patient security and comfort. To fold the sidearms, press the red unlock button and rotate the sidearm forward. The sidearms can be raised and locked into their upright position. The side lift handles are designed to attach to the main frame and aids in lifting and maneuvering the iNX. When adjusting the patient backrest, work from the loading end of the cot. Support the weight of the patient and the backrest frame. Squeeze either red control handle toward the backrest frame to unlock the backrest. Then raise or lower to the desired position. The optional equipment mount, located behind the backrest, can hold 50 pounds of weight. The load frame handles are designed to attach to the load end frame of the iNX, improving ergonomics when lifting and maneuvering the iNX. The storage net is attached to the telescoping load frame and is used to store patients' personal items and emergency supplies. The telescoping frame adjusts to two locked positions, extended for normal operation and retracted to maneuver tight spaces. When lifting the iNX, the telescoping frame must be in a locked position. The telescoping frame must be in the extended position before loading or unloading from an ambulance. To adjust the telescoping load frame, squeeze the red telescoping frame release handle and begin pushing or pulling the frame. Then, release the handle. Continue pushing or pulling until it locks into its new position. The iNX features an integrated oxygen cylinder holder mounted to the telescoping frame. The patient restraint system includes a combination pelvis strap shoulder harness, chest strap, and a two-piece leg restraint. Attach the pelvis strap at the mounting post on each side of the seat panel. Slide the post into the bracket. Insert the retaining plugs. Attach the chest strap brackets to the mounting post at each side of the backrest using the same method. To remove the restraints, remove the retaining plugs out of the brackets. And then press down toward the mainframe to unseat them from the posts. The leg restraints are attached to the iNX by looping the end of the strap around the attachment point on the patient's surface. Wheel locks are located on the control end transport wheels. To lock, simply press the lever down. To unlock, press the opposite end of the lever. The directional wheel locks are located at the load end transport wheels. Each lock must be independently engaged. The wheels will lock in place when they are oriented straight. To unlock, simply press the opposite end of the levers to allow 360-degree swiveling. Use the safety bar release levers to disengage each safety bar from the safety hook. A set of release levers is located on the loading end legs and on the telescoping frame. Release each safety bar from the safety hook by turning the lever counterclockwise only when the iNX is supported by the appropriate transport wheels. You'll use these levers when unloading the iNX. The iNX is easy to use and has a weight capacity of 700 pounds unassisted. 2 trained operators are required when using the iNX with a patient. Adjust the cot to the patient's level by pushing the plus or minus button. Always apply the wheel locks when transferring a patient on or off the cot. Unfasten the restraints and arrange the straps so they will not interfere with transferring the patient onto the cot. Transfer the patient using approved medical procedures and following local protocols. Adjust the backrest, side arms, and shock frame as necessary. Fully secure the patient with the restraint system and make sure there is nothing dangling from the cot. Confirm that sheets and other articles will not interfere with cot operation. Adjust the cot to a safe transport height, unlock the wheel locks, and roll the cot on smooth, unobstructed surfaces whenever possible. To cross a low obstacle, such as a threshold, slightly lift and press the minus retract button to raise the wheels off the ground. Roll the iNX across the obstacle. Press the plus extend button to return the wheels to the ground. Repeat this process for the second set of wheels. Roll the iNX only at or below the recommended transport height. Do not roll the iNX sideways. When transferring a patient off the cot, adjust the cot height as necessary and make sure the wheel locks are applied. Unfasten the restraints and arrange the straps so they will not interfere with transferring the patient off the cot. Transfer the patient using approved emergency medical procedures and following local protocols. Raising or lowering with the patient on the iNX requires a minimum of 2 trained operators. Maintain control of the iNX so it doesn't shift during raising or lowering, but do not lift. Allow the iNX to do the work. press the plus extend button or minus retract button to adjust the cot up or down. Note that the color of the display zone assists the operator in understanding the height condition of the iNX. The iNX features a factory-set maximum transport height setting. It can be reached by pressing and holding either the plus extend or minus retract button. When the iNX patient surface on the display is colored white, you're operating within the maximum transport height parameters. When the patient surface on the display is yellow or red, the patient surface is operating above the recommended transport height, and an audible alarm will sound as a warning. Using the leveling feature with the patient on the iNX requires a minimum of 2 trained operators. With its independent leg design, the iNX can minimize lifts not only behind the ambulance, but also in the field. The leveling feature allows operators to easily cross high obstacles such as curbs, steps, and even jersey barriers. If your iNX is equipped with the optional side handles, you can 4-point the cot to clear obstacles by bringing both sets of legs up at the same time. The position indicator lights project a red light on the ambulance floor as a visual aid for operators, but has no effect on the iNX operation. Activated during loading and unloading, these lights help the operators locate the proper position to stop rolling the iNX and extend or retract the control end legs. The red line shows the approximate position of the intermediate loading wheels. If the line is visible on the ambulance floor, the intermediate loading wheels and most of the load are inside. Loading a patient into a vehicle using the iNX requires a minimum of 2 trained operators. Before loading the iNX, extend and lock the telescoping load frame and lift the ambulance bumper if present. Be aware that the terrain around the ambulance can affect the loading height. If uneven ground or an incline prevents the iNX from rolling smoothly into or out of an ambulance, press the blue plus extend or green minus retract button to adjust the height as needed. Raise the iNX to the ambulance loading height and roll the iNX into the ambulance until the loading wheels and load frame safety bar pass the safety hook. Push the green minus button to begin retracting the loading end legs. The legs will retract slightly and then stop when they are no longer supporting the weight of the iNX. Press the green minus retract button again to completely retract the loading end legs. As the front end loading legs completely retract, the iNX institutes a kick-up maneuver to position the control end slightly above the level of the ambulance floor. This action helps aid a smooth transition into the ambulance and reduces bumps for the patient and operators as each set of wheels roll into the vehicle. Push the iNX into the ambulance until the intermediate wheels and position indicator lights are on the ambulance floor, and the intermediate safety bar passes the safety hook. Push the green minus retract button to lower the frame slightly. The legs will retract and then stop when the intermediate load wheels contact the floor, and the legs are no longer supporting the weight of the iNX. Press the green minus button to begin retracting the control end legs. Push the iNX into the ambulance and secure it in the inline fastening system. Be sure to retract the extending handles before closing the ambulance doors. Before unloading the iNX from the ambulance, raise the folding ambulance bumper if present. To unload the iNX from the inline mount, push the red release button to unlock the iNX from the fastener. Awaken the cot if necessary by pressing either the on-off switch or battery icon. Roll the iNX out of the ambulance until the safety hook captures the intermediate safety bar. Press the blue plus button to extend the control end legs. Stop pressing when the legs are supporting the load. Disengage the intermediate safety bar from the safety hook, Then, continue rolling the iNX out of the ambulance until the safety hook captures the loading frame safety bar. Press the blue plus button to extend the loading end legs until they are supporting the load. Disengage the load end safety bar from the safety hook and roll the iNX completely out of the ambulance. To raise or lower the iNX without power, raise or lower in stages, repeating until the iNX is at its desired height. With both operators standing at one end of the iNX, one operator grasps the main frame with both hands to support and balance the iNX. The handle operator uses the actuator release handle, and together, the two operators raise or lower the legs. Communicate and work together. Do not place the patient at a severe angle. To raise the iNX, raise the end of the iNX several inches off the ground. Tell the handle operator you're ready for a position change. The handle operator squeezes the actuator release handle and pushes the legs down until the transport wheels are on the ground. Release the handle to lock the legs. To use the iNX in non-powered operation, locate the manual mode handle behind the headrest. The handle operator squeezes the actuator release handle and assists the lead operator in lifting the cot up while pushing the legs down. Release the handle to lock the legs. Move to the opposite end of the iNX, raise the shock frame, and release the actuator release handle. Repeat the steps until the cot is level and at the desired load height. Disengage the wheel locks, roll the iNX into the ambulance, and secure the load end safety bar on the safety hook. Engage the wheel locks before proceeding. Stand together at the loading end of the iNX and grasp the mainframe with one hand and the loading end legs with the other hand. As the handle operator squeezes the actuator release handle, both operators fold the legs. Release the handle to lock the legs. Disengage the wheel locks and roll the iNX into the ambulance until the intermediate safety bar passes the safety hook. Squeeze the loading end actuator release handle one more time to verify the loading end legs have folded completely. The handle operator squeezes the actuator release handle, and both operators raise the control end legs until they are fully retracted. Release the handle to lock the legs. Resume your grasp on the mainframe and roll the iNX into the ambulance and secure it in the fastening system. As the lead end operator releases the iNX from the inline fastener, the assist operator lifts the shock frame and removes the control end actuator release handle from its mount. Roll the iNX out of the ambulance until the intermediate safety bar engages the safety hook. Verify the iNX is engaged with the hook before proceeding. The handle operator squeezes the actuator release handle while the lead operator lowers the control end legs to the ground. Release the handle to lock the legs in the extended position. As one operator disengages the intermediate safety bar from the safety hook, both operators roll the iNX out of the ambulance until the loading end safety bar engages the safety hook. Verify the iNX is engaged with the safety hook before proceeding. Remove the loading end actuator release handle from its mount under the backrest. The handle operator squeezes the actuator release handle and lowers the control end legs to the ground, and then releases the handle to lock the legs in the extended position. Disengage the iNX from the safety hook and roll the iNX out of the ambulance. For cleaning and disinfecting recommendations, refer to the iNX User's Manual. For more information on the iNX or any Ferno product, visit ferno.com. That concludes this Ferno training video on the iNX Integrated Patient Transport and Loading System.